Bum, 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 yo. Bum, bum, bum.
No bars off. Huh. Yeah. MCs take no bars off.
Back on. No balls off. Back on. Huh.
Man, I'm gonna start this off saying rest in peace to PNB Rock. That was a very sad story. People are trying to say his girl posted a location. Like, man, you don't cut this out.
Yeah, come on.
Bruh,
Going too far.
There's no reason this man can't go eat at Roscoe's at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I mean, it was. And people, I can't even listen. We gotta do better.
In the afternoon.
We gotta do better. I know we get on here and we salute lyrics that are sometimes either misogynistic, violence, whatever it is. A lot of times we breaking down the essence of the writing in the stylistic way that they put words together. But we can't discount the fact that we out here wilding, killing each other, and like this is crazy that rappers are getting bodied like this.
Just real life Hunger Games out here, bro.
Yo,
Like,
I don't know, man.
How wild is that? Like, even like you can't just post where you at. Like, and I get the whole safety security thing as a celebrity. I get it. But at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you can't go enjoy chicken and waffles with your lady.
But to end this man's life, though, that part, like, to end his life. Take my jewelry. Jewelry insured. I'll take that.
That's not enough.
Anyway, man.
Man.
All right. People reached out to us on IG, No Bars Off Show, Twitter, No Bars Off Show, Facebook, we got
No Bars Off Show.
No Bars Off Show now.
Yeah,
So
we out here.
yeah, a lot of Facebook tags and people sending the DMs and tagging us on on a freestyle. You know, freestyles are tough. Yeah, because the lyrics don't be accessible.
Don't be. Gotta go digging.
I gotta go digging, man.
Uh-huh.
But it's worth it. So I'm very very excited because we talked about this brother. We wanted to feature this brother before.
Mm-hmm.
He's somewhat of a throwback to dudes that really rap well and really care about rhymes. I remember seeing him on the BET Hip Hop Awards cypher, and it made me feel like, okay, I never want to do the BET Hip Hop Awards cypher. Nah, because the pressure, like from what Royce did that time,
That's like,
is people like JOYNER,
the
Javiana is like, okay, you gotta have peaks and valleys, you gotta have flows, you gotta have, and he did that. I want to salute him for that.
This is true.
So, I'm curious because we haven't listened to this in the same space,
Right.
So I'm curious to know what your thoughts are and how you view this, and I might have a comparative surprise for you, but let me know when you're ready.
Okay. Comparative surprise.
Yeah.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
I can rap backwards, reverse, and I'm back to frontwards. I'm a rapping hustler, snatching lunches, I'm packing punches, selling crack to cousins, heroin needles, and acupuncture till your back is ruptured. Open it up like a pack of mustard. I got a million ways I can kill you and have you suffer. They tie you to the boat by your legs and then drag you under. I blow your brains out of your face to a plastic cover till it cracks and crushes, and it explodes like a pack of gushes. Tell your favorite rappers I'm home and I'm back with supper. The day you beat me is the day Chili get back with Usher. You spent your whole life trying to ball, but ain't had no jumper. I could pass and dunk it. I'm Dr. J when I'm at the Rucker. Yo, this is for them days I was down and they had no uppers. Then I started selling dope just to live like the average hustler. If you think my net worth's $1 million, you ain't adding numbers, or you lacking luster. Life is a bitch, then I grab the rubber.
So it's backwards part 2, this is what we doing.
That's what we doing.
So I'm saying now you're gonna do it backwards.
I'm gonna do it backwards.
Now.
Right now.
Okay. We'll see. Challenge.
I've been grabbing rubbers, bitches are light, but I'm lacking luster. If you add the numbers, your net worth's of an average hustler. Dope selling packing. Back in the days when I had no uppers, I was down and under. I'm J. Doctor right at the rucker, never had no jumper. Trying to ball nigga back to supper, eating bags of mustard. Back when Chili got back with Usher, home rapper's favorite. Bag of gushes and you explode until you crack and crush it. Brains blow through a plastic cover, niggas drag you under. Grab the boat and then have you suffer a million ways to kill you. Fold you up till your back is rupture back busting. Needles, heroin, acupuncture while I'm packing punches. Rapping reverse and then back to frontwards.
Hard. Guess what? Do it again. I challenge you, bro.
Okay, over this shit?
Right here.
Say left. Let's go. Look. Let me shake the pavement under the ground of the lane you stay in. Cut the weight until the razor breaking while I wait to break it. And creep to your neighbor's place without a neighbor waking. And I raise the stakes and I aim it while 50 raising Canaan. I raise a razor blade to your face so you make a payment. I ain't complaining, you a dead man walking, it ain't decaying. I take the paper plate full of steak and I make my way in the Hell's Kitchen while waiting for Satan to make an apron. I'm a backwards person in a Maybach with a backwards curtains with a rapper's girlfriend on the way back from a plastic surgeon. Trapping, working, dropping off bags for these addicts lurking, but they acting nervous till I unwrap and they have their urges. Got a glass of bourbon, I'ma pull up in a black Suburban. Blast this person, leave his whole family casket searching. When my bitch say she back a virgin, I was laughing, smirking, and told the bitch, give me back the Birkin.
Back with part 2, Funk Flex, we here. Joyner Lucas, you see what it is. I challenge you, finish it.
Let's reverse it. Look. The Birkin bag had a smirk and she was laughing nervous. Gave the virgin back when rehearsing to start casket searching. Blast this person in suburban, black glass suburban. Cause I have my urges when I get rapping and have them nervous. Lurking addicts waiting for bags that I drop to work. And when I'm trapping, working in plastic packages at your service. I'm a plastic surgeon up in the back with a rapper's girlfriend with the curtains backwards in the Maybach and I'm back reversing. The apron I made was for Satan, the waiter's a waiter. In the kitchen with the plate different cause the plate is a paper. I fuck hoes, dead them to leave them decaying later. Walking a dead man to heaven just to complain to the maker. Cause his payment was later. I raise a blade to razor. Tell 50 I'm Kane and raising a gauge, waking a neighbor. Break the razor. I'm in the ground in the basement layer where the pavement station. Stay in your lane. I'm a pavement shaker.
So what's your initial thoughts on that?
Initial thoughts. First of all, that's foolish.
Yep.
Upon initial listen, I was expecting backwards to just be rounding it backwards and not to make sense.
Okay.
But for it to make sense both ways, backwards and forwards, in terms of English language, like it's not all the words still in place. Of course, it's not exactly backwards, but to be able to put these phrases, right,
backwards phrases.
Right.
So, with that said, I'm just gonna play something real quick. We're gonna talk about Joyner.
Prince E. And this the realest ish I ever spoke. Don't get it backwards, yo. Get your mind right, yo. You wanna go to school? That's a dumb idea. F a book, write that hook, get this money, yeah. We say in the trap, yeah, we love that. Me and my homies, block brothers, only option is this block hustle. I'd be lying if I said this ain't the meaning of life. Getting money, no matter the price. Popping bottles is more important than knowledge. That's the way it is. Think you crazy if you listen to that other kid. Listen to that other kid. You crazy if you think that's the way it is. Knowledge is more important than popping bottles. Getting money no matter the price. This ain't the meaning of life. I'd be lying if I said our only option is this block hustle. Me and my homies, block brothers in the trap. Yeah, we love that. We say F a book, write that hook, get this money, yeah? That's a dumb idea. You wanna go to school, get your mind right. Don't get it backwards, yo. It's the realest ish I ever spoke.
It's a little different, right?
A little different. Because that one is exactly backwards.
Exactly.
Line for line.
Yeah. So
right.
When I first heard about Joyners, I was like, okay.
You
know, let me see what different way he's gonna approach it. Of course, Eve was shorter, more to the point,
right?
Which is, I wouldn't say simpler, but it's harder to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, hard to do exactly backwards, especially with more rhymes. To make it make sense both ways, I would take like maybe 5 or 6 years of playing it.
Yeah, but to put that all together, that takes a while.
I thought Ease was dope when he had the words on the screen, so you kind of could see.
And then for the to play backwards,
yeah.
It's
So
dope.
I thought that was really, really dope. But You know,
nice comparative surprise.
Yeah. I want it because you hear it backwards, right? And you're like,
Right.
okay, you know, you could poke holes in it, you could challenge it,
Right.
but you know, it's still a dope. And I want to say this.
is.
Let me just say this. Stylistic rap. I'm just gonna call it that. I don't know if there's a name for this. When people do the stylistic rap, whether they, you know, do a rhyming backwards or rhyming
Double time.
not even double time. Double time is one thing. Like Mickey Fax did a song Letter A where he did a whole joint and didn't use a letter A.
Gotcha.
Right? Papoose did alphabetical slaughter.
Mhm.
You know, to me those are like the stylistic choices that are like showing off your pen.
Okay.
They can go either way.
Yeah, they can.
They can go either way.
They
It can come off gimmicky and come off in most instances. I think the danger is it won't be entertaining. You know what I'm saying? It's like showing off what you can do with your pen, but it's not pleasurable to the ear. Right? So that was the first thing I think about when I think about stuff like this. But I feel like he was able to. He made it dope.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, the beat helped. Of course, the beat selection helped.
Of course.
But
yeah,
flowing with it the way he did, finding those pockets.
Yeah.
And being able to, I mean, you can hear, I mean, at least I can, you can hear a lot of M in there.
Yeah, it was like, it would sound like Guilty Conscience.
Yeah, you can hear a lot of M in there. But again, to take the backwards concept and again, to just use the phrases to go backwards as opposed to Prince E's joint where he's using the actual line for line going backwards.
Yeah.
But in this format, it's actually dope.
It was dope. Yeah,
it was actually dope. And to do that on the spot, like that's tough.
Yeah, to do it on the spot, I think adds to it.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing to hear a song and you could think, all right, how many takes did it take? What was the vibe? You know what I'm saying? And you let your mind wander there. But to see it live in action, I think added to the mystique of it.
Yeah.
So let's go through it because I feel like the first pass when you listen to it, all you doing is anticipating.
Right.
The second pass, right?
you like, okay, how's he gonna do this?
How you gonna flip it? You know what I'm saying? But it's still. To me, it's all rhyme scheme because he's doing the rap backwards, reverse, and back to front was rapping hustler, snatching lunches, backing punches, crack the cousins. He's trying to make sure that there's enough phrases that rhyme and that still makes sense.
Right. Exactly.
And I think that's the challenge of trying to get these lines back to back to back like this. So it's really nothing that's like mind blowing in terms of metaphor or simile, right?
Okay.
You know,
the flow was dope though.
The flow was dope. It's a flow. It's a flow.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, the flow was dope.
The EV means that they chilly get back with Usher. You spend your whole life trying to ball and handle a jump. I could pass a dunk and I'm Dr. J when I'm at the rock. Like it's all rhyming just to see how he can keep the rhyme scheme going.
This is for them days that I was down and I ain't had no others, but I started selling dope just to live like the average hustler. You know, it's some there's some flow in there and there's some slick talk in there.
Slick talk. Like I said, there's no out of this world. Like, oh, I can't believe he said that. But the slick talk and to say if you think my net worth's $1 million, you ain't adding numbers.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna speak to that real quick. Joyner Lucas is not a mega pop star.
Right.
He's not a superstar household name rapper.
I was about to say definitely not a household name at this point.
Joyner Lucas got money. Joyner Lucas got bread. He got bread. Like millions. I mean, that you saw his
that math ain't mathing.
You saw his chain game at the interview. That's light. His car game is foolish. I think one of the videos he did was his real house. Like he's eating.
Okay.
So to say you think my net worth
is $1 million?
$1 million.
Right.
And listening to that, I'm thinking, okay, you may put him in the. If you want to say underground, you can.
Yeah.
But he's not really underground. He's just a rapper that raps.
Right. True.
And you might hear me like, wait, you think my net worth's $1 million? You ain't adding numbers? Like,
right. So you're like, wait a minute, you saying you worth more?
What?
Am I missing something?
Yeah.
Like, who are you?
The average listener might not get that
right
away. But no, he's saying that $1 million is light.
Very light.
You know, Or you lacking luster, life was a bitch
Until I grabbed the
until I grabbed the rubber. And I like that too, because that's just like an assumption. Like, grab the rubber, you don't have to, you fill in the blank with the rest of the story.
Right.
And then he goes to the backwards side, right? And I may not have all these rhymes correct, because of course he's on the spot, words intertwine, but the vibe is there. They grab a rubber, this was a life, but I'm lacking luster. If you add the numbers, your net worth of an average hustler.
Average hustler. Now that's if you add the numbers
Right.
this way. But the other way it was, you must not be adding numbers. So again, when you talk about me, you ain't adding numbers right.
They added numbers.
But when it comes to you, if you add the numbers, your net worth of an average hustler. Yeah. Yeah, this way it gets interesting.
This way it gets dope.
This way it gets interesting.
Yeah.
Dope selling pack back in the days when you have no others. I was down under. I'm doctoring. I'm J doctoring at the Rucker. Ooh.
Yeah.
And even if that's click line, I'm J doctoring. You could be junkie doctoring. You could be the pusher man. You could be, you know what I mean? I'm J doctoring at the Rucker because you know what I mean? So yeah, it's some the way he formed it came out dope.
Yeah.
This shit was crazy.
I had no jumper trying to ball and get back for supper. That's ill.
Crazy.
That's ill.
Eating bags of mustard back when Chili got back with Usher. So that's like you trying to get back with something just to eat bags of mustard back when. And this is when was it? How long ago was this? Back when Chili got back with Usher.
Right.
Yeah. Home rapper's favorite bag of gushers, and you explode till you crack and crush and brains blow through a plastic cover. Niggas drag you under, grab the boat, and they have you suffer a million ways to kill you. Fold you up till your back is ruptured.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And this was all flow. Like this was just him bringing it backwards, making sure that those phrases lined up, the rhyme schemes lined up. It was
that's tough, and that's not easy. Like that's the whole point. Like this ain't just words you writing down and making sure they go in the right place.
Yeah.
This ain't easy.
It's definitely showing off. Showing off his pen, and
absolutely,
this is something that he does, man. And this the second one. Let me shake the pavement underground on the lane you stand. Couldn't wait until the razor breaking while I wait to break. This is I like how he just does the continuous wordplay. It's almost like he's just jabbing you with the rhymes, and it really it feels like that 99, 2000 Eminem.
Yeah, you hear a lot of that.
For him to be 34 years old or something like that.
You hear a lot of that. You can tell that there's definitely some influence.
Yeah. He got songs with him, which is, just a real big stat for him.
True.
But this is continuously giving you this assonance creep through your neighbor's place without a neighbor waking, a raise the stakes, and I'm aiming while 50 raising Canaan.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I raise a razor blade to your face till you make a payment, and I ain't complaining. You a dead man walking that ain't the king. Oof.
Yeah. And again, the whole time you thinking, all right, how's he gonna come back with this?
Yeah.
Just the raising Canaan line, the dead man walking, that ain't the king.
That ain't the king.
This whole 8 bar still rhyming, and it still keeps the whole thing going. Make my way into Hell's Kitchen while waiting for Satan to make an apron. And then leaves that rhyme scheme alone and goes to the backwards person in the Maybach with a backwards curtain with a rapper's girlfriend on the way back from a plastic surgeon. That gets real visual.
Very visual.
You know what I'm saying?
Very actual when you think about it. Like, like in these days, and it's like, that's regular. That's light work.
You could almost see the rapper's girlfriend.
Right, coming back off a flight, walking on gingerly.
And she in the back of your back.
Son.
With the nude titties and ass.
With a backwards curtain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he gets into a little, sometimes you gotta just throw some stuff in there to go with the rhyme scheme, travel work, dropping on bags for these addicts lurking, but they acting nervous and unwrapping and have the urges, a glass of bourbon, and pull up in a black Suburban and blast this person,
his whole family. Casket searching.
Yikes. Wow. Yeah, this is real martial.
Yeah, very.
But it's
listen, it flows all together like this whole. If you think about it, this whole verse is not violence, but how it can go down.
Yeah.
Like this is all how it can go down.
Yeah. It's not only how I can go down, it's how I can demean you as a person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just how vigilant I can be.
True.
How real I am. You know, and then talking about the girl, the Birkin bag, how the smirking. My bitch say she back a virgin. I'm laughing, smirking. Told her bitch give me back the Birkin, like all of that.
All of that.
Just real braggy, real showing, you know, who JOYNER is in this thing. And to me, he's been like a child of Eminem to be able to kind of, he'll say anything, he'll spit anyway, he has different flows, he goes fast, he goes slow. You know, the song that kind of catapulted him with the story, it was the first thing I had seen of him. Ross Cappuccino, the Ross Cappuccino.
Okay.
Yeah. That was the first time I caught wind of him.
Okay.
But
yeah.
But yeah, Scott
Joyner's
was
dope,
my son from Massachusetts years ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's dope, man. So then the second one, he flips it backwards. The Birkin bag had a smirk, and she was laughing nervous. Gave the Birkin back to Earth. I start casket searching and blast his bag. It's all phrases, you know, and it's dope because for him to throw them backwards, they still make sense.
Right. Because
You know what I'm saying?
the blastest person, the suburban black glass of bourbon, because I have my urges. When I unwrap it, I have them nervous. Lurking addicts waiting for bags, and I drop the work in. When I'm trapping working plastic packages at your service, like, yeah, it's not only making sense, but it's still that same. This is what I do. This is how I get it. So it's still giving you all of that in a. Well, like I said, it's not an exact backwards format, but the fact that the phrases are staying in those same lines, going backwards. Yeah, this shit is dope, man.
Nah, it's
This is
fire.
crazy.
And then he does what we've talked about before in terms of paying attention to rhyme scheme. You know, I think that's what. Who was that that was talking about syllables?
I think it was Crooked and.
It was Crook?
M.
Yeah, Crook and M.
Crook and M.
Crook and M talking about syllables.
Yeah,
And
that's important.
to me, I feel like that's the difference. I
Yeah,
feel like
that's the difference.
when we tag people lyrical or lyricists, which although I hate those terms, that's what we talking about.
Son,
We talking about people that just say, I want this syllable to rhyme with this syllable.
at the end.
Yeah, I want this one to this one in it, and I want it to rhyme, and I want to keep that rhyme shit going.
Right.
And I care about that part.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say some shit, but I want the poetic part in there.
Right.
And for some reason, you know, as hip hop artists, we've separated the guys that care about that from the guys that just
Just
do what they
want to
do.
flash and pop bottles and make a movie.
Yeah. And,
So-
and for him to be in his 30s, where I feel like in that generation, it's hit or miss. We've had some people that still care about the rhymes and they get put in a certain category, and
Of
others
course.
that just, you know, do the vibe music, you know, or the auto-tune music, or whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
But, you know, we here to salute the guys that care about the words.
Yeah. Because we care about the words.
Yeah.
Words matter.
Yeah.
Rap words matter.
Yeah. So
But yeah, it keeps it going. I'm a plastic surgeon up in the back with a rapper's girlfriend with the curtains backwards and the Maybach in the back reversing. The apron I made was the Satan. I made it away to in the kitchen with the plate dipping because the plate is paper. Yeah.
yeah, this one, I feel like it's certain things he wanted to say. It was kind of difficult to make the actual phrases go exactly backwards on the second one. So he kind of took more phrases and was able to say something different, but he wanted to include the same words.
Right.
You know, tell 50 I'm king and raising the gauge, waking the neighbor, breaking the razor. And there was a couple of lines that were a little, you know, unclear, but the underground basement,
Yeah.
where the pavement stays, you should stay in your lane. I'm a pavement shaker.
Because that's where he started.
Right. Just going back to that beginning. Just all in all, super creative, super dope.
True.
Like you said, the live element I think added to it because the last one was a song, and this one kind of got the internet moving just because it was live and it's on Flex. Like what?
Yeah, you know.
Greater platform can
Than
you do
that.
this on?
What Gator takeoff spot than that.
And then you got Flex to issue kind of a challenge,
Right.
so that added to it.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Adds to the whole mystique of it.
Yeah.
But it was dope though. Like it's not something that's easily done. Like it's obvious, like it took some time. Like that's not something that you can just put together and think it makes sense. Like it actually makes sense in alignment. It actually makes sense verbally as far as English language goes.
Yeah.
And it's not just saying it backwards just to say you said it backwards, but in terms of, you know, it being understandable or something that makes sense.
Right.
Usually, you know what I mean? That's not going to work. But yeah, I think it came out dope, though. I like it.
With that said, with what Prince E did, would you have rather he made it exact? Would you have rather each phrase lined up to the point where it went back to back to back, and then the actual phrases
But that like
could go.
can be read in reverse.
Yeah, like how crazy would that have been?
Yeah, that would have been foolish. like especially for not only for two verses to do it that way, and for them to read backwards and forwards exactly like and make sense. But I think to do that, you have to, whether you want to or not, you're gonna have to sacrifice flow at some point. Just to, and I say that because for the lines to be read the same way backwards and forwards, like as far as in reverse order, you're gonna have to sacrifice structure at some point. You're gonna have to sacrifice flow. You know what I mean? So he went the other route and kept the phrases similar,
right?
And chose to go, you know, keep the flow heavy. Yeah. So that way the flow kind of keeps you entertained. Yeah. You know, because that's what he does anyway. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like to do one this long and have it pause. But yeah, I feel like to do a verse this long, and to make it make sense. Yeah. Yeah, you would have had to sacrifice flow at some point. Yeah. So
because if you notice, there's key lines that I think your ear gravitates to. So exactly. Chili get back with Usher, you're like, okay, how's he gonna formulate that? Dr. J act the rucker, right? How's that gonna come back in?
So that you kind of focusing on like he intuitively put these kind of phrases in these lines that stick out, so that way when you hear them the second time, you'll know exactly what I'm referencing. Right. Yeah. So you know what I mean? Like grabbing rubbers is easy to, you know, it's easy to hear that. Yep. Worth of an average hustler, you know, you're gonna be listening for that. Yeah. You know what I mean? The same thing like J Doctor and At the Rucker. You listening for how it was in the first verse, you know, Dr. J At the Rucker. So I mean, he used the flow to use lines and or standout phrases, so that way when you hear them the second time, you'll recognize them. Yeah. So yeah.
And I think I will say this: when I heard it, I was more amazed, rather than trying to write it down. I think it made it seem human, because then I was seeing like the difference in the phrases. Like, okay, it was grab the rubber, now it was grabbing rubbers, and then it was just, you know, to give me back the burger, and the burger back out of smirking. Like it was a reference to the line instead of the actual line.
Exactly.
But when I was watching it, like you said, the flow captivated me, so I wasn't trying to like
pick it apart. He said this, that was wrong. Yeah,
your ear just hears, oh shit, he said that, and he said it backwards again. Exactly. So this is, I mean, it's genius level shit.
Absolutely.
That's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line.
That's it.
So salute JOYNER,
yes, sir,
for doing this. Salute my guy Prince E, who's out in Portugal right now, taking a break from
life is
everything.
Good.
Yeah.
Life is good.
Life is really good. We're gonna get him on the show at one point. He said he definitely wants to talk to us. And loves what we're doing. But if you love what we're doing, you know, click the subscribe button. You know,
man, check us out, man. We outside, you know, y'all be in the house, you know, whether you're at home not doing nothing, whether you on the toilet, you want an audio version, you ain't got, you know, just check us out, man. You know, we just be talking our talk. We about these bars, man. I know it's dope music out there that's great in the club and it sounds awesome and all of that, but we bought these nouns and verbs and adverbs and double entendres and all that. So
absolutely. And thank y'all for the support with the t-shirts, man.
Yes, sir.
We love when y'all, you know, support what we're doing, and we feel like it's just it's a good time to be alive, to love what you're doing, and I feel like the words are getting highlighted. Yeah. You know, shout out to MSNBC and everybody that's breaking down lyrics these days.
All of a sudden, yeah. You know. But you know.
But no hate here, man. We all love. Yo, once again, positive energy to PNB Rock family.
Yes, sir, man.
Something that man, that hit me hard.
That's crazy.
Hit me hard. But rest in power. And all y'all out there, man. Keep doing what you do.
Stay focused. Stay out the way. Stay low.
Real.
And yeah.
Take no bars off.
No bars off, man. Peace.
Real spitters take no bars off. Huh. Yeah. MCs take no bars off.